Hello, I'm Oman Cuber, and welcome to our pilot episode of Inside the Cube, where we bring you the latest dirt and gossip. Yeah, no, just kidding. We're actually going to be looking at the inner workings of the Rubik's Cube, as well as the uh, other major types of cubes that are available. All in terms of the 3x3, we've got the Rubik's Cube, Classic Speed Cube, a magnetic cube, a mag-lev cube, and a ball core cube. Um, so yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Yeah. Before I do that, because this is black, or has black inner workings, and to make it so that you can see everything, I'm going to go ahead and swap something out, or not swap out, but place on top, just so you can. And yes, it is that time of year. So Merry Christmas to those. And some of these were actually, no, none of these were. But I've got Christmas presents, sitting right next to me. So kids don't know. Shh. Anyway, of course, I think one of them will find out when he watches this after it goes live. No, he'll be a call. Anyway, so this is the Rubik's Cube. Classic Cube. The design hasn't changed any since it first came out. I've heard rumors that the plastic tiles that they've done on the Speed Cube, they've brought over to the Classic 3x3. I have yet to see that. I still see the stickers in stores. So, whatever. And I apologize for the cough. I did just get over the flu a week ago, or last week, which is why this video is late. And for that, I apologize. If I could avoid getting sick, that would have been nice. I lost an entire weekend because of it. Basically, I logged off of work at 5 on Friday, crawled into bed, went to sleep, and didn't wake up till Sunday morning. It happens. So, but let's enough about that. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, for the Rubik's Cube, it's really different to get into this as opposed to these. And I'll go ahead and I've got a little bowl here that I can use to catch pieces. But I'm going to go ahead and set this up here for just a moment, because when I take the white layer off, I'm going to assemble it here, shine a different light on it, so you can actually see what the inner workings look like with the white layer off and the other layers next to it, so you can see how the two fit together. And that'll help you see how this particular puzzle rotates. Because really, I mean, that's the name of the game. It's about rotation. This one here, it has absolutely no corner cutting. And actually, if you get it even just a hair off, you lock up. And that's why I don't like this cube. I keep it only for posterity's sake, because I had one when they first came out. So. But this is simple. You just rotate, and I apply a little pressure to the corner until it pops. Let me find another corner. Some of them have a little more give than others. There you go. Ooh. Wow. Well, there goes that. So, yeah, Rubik's Cubes have been out for over 40 years. Um, and this is a first. I've never had this happen before. Where the actual corner piece broke off like that. So, that being said, this cube is, well, for lack of a better phrase, trash. But wow, I never had that happen. But I can still show you guys. I'll have to use a different edge, maybe orange. Yeah, I'll use the orange to show you kind of how the how many orange pieces did I break? Oh, I can't use orange because that was orange. Okay, can't use. Can I use green? Yes, I could use green. Okay. Can't use white, blue, or orange because that's the corner that broke. So I'm going to have to set this down like this and do greens. So, doom, 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 doom. And so there's that. That. So that one goes there. That one goes there. That is so disappointing. I mean, literally, I've never had that happen. And I've been doing this, taking these things apart for years. No, maybe it was just fatigue. This cube had been well played, as you could tell by the stickers. So it looks like I'm going to be getting a replacement Rubik's Cube here, just so I can have one, to comparison with, right? But, so, alright, that's that, and let me get this, with this I'll have to just kind of slide in there, and actually let's go ahead and rotate you here so I can get there, and boom. That was frustrating. Alright. Excuse me. So, alright, as you can see, the inner part here is, it looks like a decent circle. That's the grooves that these pieces kind of make, if you were to, the way you rotate it. So it's you got the circle right there. But if you look here, this isn't a circle. This is basically a bunch of different wedges and rectangles stuck together, not very well rounded at all. And it never was. And oops, escape. So yeah, and that's how the cube rotates, though, is all that slides around this inner circle here. And in that sliding around that inner circle, if this is even just slightly ajar, or any of these are slightly ajar, these will get stuck. And that's why the edge pieces are, or the plastic here is important on it. That is amazing, man. I've never had that happen. But hopefully this recording completes, because I gotta go buy a new cube if I have to redo this. So, but that being said, that's how the inner workings work to a degree. That's the one of the axes that. Let me move that out of the way. So let's go ahead and finish disassembling. Disassemble. Johnny 5 is alive. Sorry. You know, no matter how many takes I do, my bad jokes just, well, they just keep on coming. So this here is basically your core. These 6 pieces never move in relation to each other. And I say that, you know, because I'm sure that somebody's going to come along and, because I would say, oh yeah, well, it moves, look, you know, it moved, it moved, it moved. No, in relation to each other. You know, the green will always be, the green center will always be between the red and orange center and the white and yellow center. You ain't changing that unless you're peeling off stickers and putting them somewhere else. So, yeah. Excuse me. So that's basically that. And the core is really what allows it to rotate around each other. This core is pretty solid. I do know that from experience, the core cannot support a tire of an F-150 when the F-150 is attached to it. Because I had a childhood friend, he saw these and was like, oh, look at this. It's like a toy tire spike. And he went and stuck it underneath his dad's truck tire. Yeah, and then his dad left 10 minutes later, and we go out to his driveway, and it's toast. So, yeah. All right, let me go ahead and get my next bowl here. All right, we're going to look at our next one. It's going to be, and actually this one here, we can, should we get rid of this or keep it? Yeah, it is the season. So, this one here is just a speed cube. There's no magnets. No, which one is this? No mag-lev or ball core. It's just a speed cube. And the speed cube here is actually, that's rather interesting now that I think about it. These 3 are Moyu, and this is a GAN. It says Swift Block, but Swift Block is a GAN product. And this is, even though it's it classifies as a Moyu, it's a Mofang Jiaoshi Meilong 3. Yeah. So, and this one here, now this is where it's different from the other one. Hopefully this one doesn't break. You pry, and I should have my son come in here and do this because he's so much better at this than I am. Oh, yeah, nope. Don't want that to happen. Okay, I'm going to have to fix that. Let's try a different one. There we go. All right, got it out. All right, and let's go ahead and do this. We'll get this one out, and I'll put this one back together. But yeah, like I said, no frills. It's just 2 pieces of plastic here stuck together. Yay! Go back together, please. You. All right, so that's that. That's that. There's this, and this. Okay. Now let's go ahead. Sit there like that. We'll go ahead and get this. And actually, this is a part that's actually kind of funny with the way they do these plastics, or with the way they do the pieces. it's real easy to line them up because, well, duh, you can see the colors. So we're gonna go here, here. Oh, you go like that. Yes. Now, one of the things to note, I'm going to be doing another video. I don't know, in the next couple of weeks. It'll probably be after Christmas, probably, because I mean, I doubt I'd get one for Christmas, but the new Moyo Weepo. I don't know if I want it or not. I mean, based on what I've seen, it's expensive. And part of the reason why they say it's expensive makes absolutely no sense to me. Because why would you want to wear your cube on your wrist? I don't know. I just can't wrap my head around it. And I thought maybe it was because, well, I'm old, hence old man cuber, but it's not. I asked my 13-year-old son who's into cubing, and he said, yeah, no. Why? He said the same thing I did. But basically, yeah, this is, you'll see here, this looks a lot better than the Rubik's Cube did. This is actually a circle, and to go along with this circle here, as opposed to a bunch of pieces mixed together. Now, the part that I always thought was kind of cool about it was they even slide through each other. So it's like the corner, the edge piece that sits here, two corners can notch into it. And it gives it that tight notch, but still able to give you the flexibility you need to move around and not break. Now, would I force this one apart like I did on the Rubik's Cube? No. I mean, I was this literally a half a second away from calling for my son to have him come take this apart so I can show you guys what the inner workings of the cube are. This is the track. These are the tracks on how the cube pieces rotate. All right, now let's go ahead and we're going to dump the other pieces. Now this is one of the other parts that's kind of cool about it being so tightly fit together, is that it comes apart a lot easier. Now, this is the core, and I'll go ahead and pop the white one off to show you what it looks like. This and it's actually funny. This is not our first Mofang Joshi cube. It is our second. Our first one, actually right here, is last time I actually popped it open. It's over at one of my son's friends has it. He's borrowing it. So she's borrowing it to learn how to cube. But yeah, so one of the other things that makes this different, as opposed to the classic Rubik's Cube, the classic Rubik's Cubes, the pieces were rigid. And I don't know if you can see that, but you see there's a little bit of a play there in terms of it'll stretch out from the core. And that's because what's underneath this screw and washer, and the screw actually is a long screw, goes straight to the core. So when you pull and you see that shiny bit in there, that's actually part of the screw. That screw underneath there is a spring, and that spring is what gives us this rigidity. So when you're doing your wow, this is weird. When you're doing your speeds, but when you're doing your finger work and rotating the cube and such, that spring gives you a little bit extra play. That extra play comes in handy when you're doing corner cutting or just not locking up. So, yeah, that being said. But that also, this is one of the things that you can adjust by having the, if I was to screw in it and tighten the screws, it actually makes it a little more tighter, a little less forgiving. And it's one of the adjustments that speed cubers make, is the tension between with the spring. I can't remember what the term was, or I don't even know if it's an official term. It probably is. But that is one of the adjustments that is something to consider. So, yeah. And it's again, that magnet or that spring goes to the bottom of the plate here, of the, and that's that little cylinder there. And that is not adjustable on this. I think it is adjustable on this. Don't quote me on that yet. We'll find out in a moment. So, but this is the basic cube. Oh yeah, the reason why it was rusty. We actually took it into a pool. We went on vacation and took it into the pool with us and did a number of underwater solves, just to mess around. It was, it was fun. It was vacation, right? And you know, at $3 a pop or $4 a pop, you know, no big deal. Now, would I've taken, you know, actually, not this one. Yeah, would I have taken this one in there? No. No, even though this one is probably less likely to get rust, because I don't think there's very little metal in this, except the magnets. The magnets are but that's another issue, and that's why I would say no. Because if the magnets were to come dislodged and fall, and yeah, forget it, ain't getting them back. So yeah, this was the Mofang Jiao-shape Man-Long 3. So we'll go ahead and put this one here. Oh, I'm running out of space to put stuff. Excuse me. All right. So, our next cube that we will be disassembling is the Swift block here. The Swift block is, and that's one of the things I mentioned earlier, Mofang Jiaoxi Moyu. Mofang Jiaoxi is a subsidiary of Moyu. It's Mofang Jiaoxi supposedly is cubing classroom. And these are Moyu cubes. Great cubes. But Swift block is actually made by GAN, depending on, you know, if you're in America or not. So, and this one does. So, yeah, the Swift block is a magnetic, and I might actually need a tool to disassemble. I might actually need a tool to disassemble. All right, give me just a second. Let me go get my screwdrivers. Actually, I have one right here. from my Raspberry Pi. Alright, so we're going to go here. Alright, unscrewing it gives me a little more play, which is just what I wanted. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing over here on the yellow. What stinks is I'm going to have to adjust this again to get it back to the right tension, because I actually liked this cube. You know, for me, GAN is a hard sell for me, because that's annoying. Because, you know, it's like, why so expensive? Why? You know, you know, and it's like, well, you know, they need research and development. It's like, well, but you say you're making cubes the way cubers want, so you're not really doing the research. It's cubers, you know. But yeah, so point being that there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and put these edge caps or center caps back on, because that's one of the things that if you take a cube apart and you take some of the and this is why they don't like, a lot of people discourage it, is you'll end up stuck, because the pieces have to go back to the right place. If you take it apart unsolved, it then becomes a conundrum, because you're like, well, wait, where did that piece go? How is it oriented? And my son actually showed me as an example. He took one apart, or partially apart, basically to this level, with it mixed, and then showed me when he put it back together, he tried to solve it, and it basically was, well, unsolvable. So, yeah, lucky him. All right, now let's go ahead and get this going with the nice part about the. Where's the white? There's the white, and we're putting blue down. So red, boom, boom. Oh, look at that. See? And now this is where that's yellow, isn't it? Yep, that's yellow. Yellow. Watch this. See, that's where the magnetic part comes in, and there we go. Boom. And let's go ahead. Not that one. We're going to do this one first. Boom. And then we're going to wedge them in there. Boom. There we go. All right. Now let's go ahead and see if we need any light for this one so you can see. Oh, yeah. There you go. That's enough light. Yeah, right there. All right. So you see here again, the same very nice circular shape, and the same nice circular shape there. And you can see these dots here. What these dots are magnets. They have in the corners, you'll have the magnets here, which line up with those magnets there, right? And then let's go ahead and rotate. See, there's a magnet here, and there's a magnet there. And so that's how one of the benefits of having magnets is it helps stop your overspinning. There was a famous or infamous video. Felix Mdeggs at a Australian competition. I can't remember which, so forgive me. But he was doing his thing, right? Magic hands, and then boom, set it down, and he stopped the clock, and would have had the world record. That was the part that was such a killer, is he would have had the world record, but he had in his speed cubing, he had a corner that flipped on him, and it doesn't happen much nowadays, but it can if you get going too fast. This is funny. I'll go ahead and take this apart now so you can see. We could get to the core, but the magnets help stop that from happening. It helps slow it down so that you don't get too far out of control. But there's also something else, a couple of other things that help. Some of the quarter cutting design that helped as well. So, all right, and I'm actually going to do something else. I'm going to show you something else here that I kind of like to do with the magnet ones every once in a while when I take them apart for cleaning. And yes, I do take my cubes apart for cleaning. I often use a wet wipe for the wash, and then I have one of these. Can't find one right now, but my kids probably ran off with it, which is normal. Or my wife, she likes to use them too. Those lint-free glass cleaner things that if you have glasses, you have a whole bunch of them. Those things I use a lot to dry and to smooth out to help keep it clean and not necessarily oil free, because the next step kind of changes that. But I reassemble it and I then lube it. Well, that's what I'm missing. I'm like, why is this not going together? Because it doesn't. There we go. And then I go here. Okay, that one goes there. Yeah, I apologize for the rambling while I'm assembling, because this is one of the ones that's kind of a fun one to mess with. Hey, wait a second. I put that one backwards. Boom. See that right there. So that goes there like that. So I think this one goes here. This one goes here. And I've got here. Let's go ahead and get this one in place. There. And then we'll go ahead and pop this bad boy in there. No, I also apologize because, actually, let's see if I could light it up from the inside. Not to the point where it's, yeah, you can't see it. It doesn't help. Oh, now that was sad. That was sad. So, yeah, I'm trying to pick it up and it just flopped on me. Okay, yeah, and I actually didn't flop too bad though, because boom, there we go. So let's see if you can see on the inside. Let's go ahead and pop. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Pop a corner out, and you can see better. There you go. So, and you see how it kind of sits. The way it ends up looking is it's like an interlocking sphere on how the pieces lay together. And this is cool with the magnets. It's a lot easier to look at, and hold it and not have to. It's gonna fall apart. It will, but it'll also snap back together. So yeah, and that's one of the things that's cool about the magnets, is that you can actually sit and look at this and see how tightly integrated it all works. But then I can do this. Actually, this is fun. Whee. Yeah, that was anticlimactic. But like I said, and here's our core. Again, this is magnets, right? Or not magnets, this is a spring. You can actually see the spring because I had to loosen it. Now the spring that's cool, the thing about the spring that's cool is that this is one of the things you adjust your tension. You pull the spring out, or pull the screw out a little bit so you can get a little more play, which is what I had to do for disassembly. But then there's this piece in here. Okay, so if you got it, like, let's say you have it tight down, right? But you still got a little bit of play. You can adjust the spring by bringing how tight the spring is, or actually better yet, let's say you have it down, you loosen it up this way, but the spring's too loose, right? You don't want this much play in the spring. You can then adjust this so the spring is still just as tight, and it's actually really cool. Right now I can't do it justice because I haven't really been messing with it too much. When I set my settings on some of my cubes, some of them I haven't. This one I didn't adjust any, but I'm gonna have to now. It was cool. It's this one here. I like the setting, so it's so loose that it's about to explode, but that's the catch. I don't want it to explode, and usually when you set it so loose, it wants to explode, and that's not good. All right, now on the last container that I have, and unfortunately, yes, your math does not fail you. One container, 2 cubes. I'm going to use a lid for the other one. And actually, yep, this one's actually up next, because this one is the mag-lev. As opposed to the magnet, or the magnetic cube, which you just saw was the magnets in the pieces that rotate, and then this one's the ball core. Now the ball core takes magnets to a whole new level, though the new Moyu Weilong, or what do they call it? Super Weilong. It was the name keeps changing the way every website I see it at. So they go nuts with how many magnets are in there. But we'll come back to that. Not quite as many magnets as in the clock, but still, it's not small. All right, so let's go ahead and rotate. Boom. Yeah, you can tell this is my son's cube. Because and this is actually something else I'm going to cover in another video. I'm going to do a comparison of. Oh wait, no, I already said that. The different Moyos. I'm planning on a comparison video of the different Moyos. The reason why I said that now is because there's a super, a not super, quality that Moyu has on their cubes. And actually, let's see if I can take this apart. Can I take this apart? Yeah. Oh, look at that. Now, you see, that was something I didn't do with that one. That's fine. You can see here, because you don't see the magnets, but you see it in there. See it right there? You know, and then you got this magnet, you know, on this side, right here, the other side. Right. And then there's this piece. Right. And Moyu, one of the things that they, yeah, we'll cover that in that video. I'm still trying to wrap my head around why, but sure. So this is but that's what the inside of it, an edge piece looks like. All right, and now the edge piece, the corner piece is basically the same thing, except that it's just, you know, this part's actually both parts they're shaped differently, but the concept's the same. So yeah, and there you go. Oh, look at the magnets working already. Not that they're on time delay or anything. Yeah. Whee. Okay. Okay. And okay. That. Come on. There we go. And let's get you out. Boom. And boom. All right. So, let's go ahead and shine a little light. There you go. There you go. Now you see the circle here. You see the circular shape and the starting of the inside of the sphere, as well as the edge, the outside edge of the sphere as well. So yeah, that's same concept. Now, where this gets different, actually, I'm going to go ahead and start dumping the pieces. For a magnetic cube, these pieces are the same. On the mag-lev ball core and magnetic cubes, this is what you get. Basically, the magnets inside the pieces, and that's for all three classes. Okay. Wow, that's actually some pretty strong magnets. So let's go ahead and boom, boom. Boom, boom. Actually, since we're here, boom. Wasn't that an Ants Go Marching song? Boom, 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 or something like that? Yeah. Okay. Set. Oh, we'll come back to you. Don't get ahead of yourself. Okay. Now, my son keeps telling me there's a special name for these hollow out cubes. I don't remember what they were. I just know that Z3 Cube loves using them as props. You know, oh no, you know, what happened, right? Kind of thing. But it's which is funny. It's for a good laugh. So back to task at hand. Okay, now this one here, this too also has the height and tension adjustment. The Again, the height is adjusted through the screw. Actually, I think that might be the official names: height and tension adjustment. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to find that after this video. The orange cap fell off and fell on the floor. But anyway, so the screw adjusts the height. The tensioner is the purple piece that you see in there. It actually brings the magnets or the springs to tension, but it's not really magnets, or not really springs, I should say. And this is where mag-lev is different than magnetic, the magnetic cubes. Mag-lev, it basically replaces the springs with, you have a magnet up here, and then you have a magnet down there. And what that magnet, the two magnets, they oppose each other. So they're wanting to, just like a spring, push back, push away from each other. Okay. So that adjustment is something that would be helpful. So, but yep, that's basically the mag-lev. Is that extra, the extra set of magnets for the center pieces that allows you to give the create the tension with the magnets, as opposed to with springs, which gives you just a little bit more oomph, if you ask me. Now the reason why that's my son's cube as opposed to mine, I don't actually have any just mag-lev cubes. This particular cube is a ball core, and the ball core is pretty much the same as the mag-lev. So the parts, and this is the part that's cool, is as you move up. So the magnets, the magnetic cube, all those features are in the mag-lev cube and the ball core. All the mag-lev features are in the ball core, and the ball core is the Pioneer is what I think the Chi called on the X-Men, was the ball core was Pioneer, whereas mag-lev is Flagship, and magnetic is just standard. And yeah, so let's see if I could get one out. I'm gonna have to loosen it. It's all right. Okay, let's see. Was that enough? Let's see if we could get a little more play. Okay. If I keep this up, there we go. All right. Now let me put this caps back on, because this one you don't want to lose the caps, because the white, the next one's white, I think. Oh no, they're color coded. Okay, that's fine. I know some of them are not. GAN is actually notorious. They're not. The GAN innards are all white. actually, yeah, just like the Swift block is, it's white, you know. So if you take the covers off, and you could, yeah, make a mess. Make a mess. So there's that. We're going to again do the whites because, you know, white is cool. Now this one here, I am not going to explode because I don't have a bowl. I just have a cover, lid. But, and this is actually one of the things that Moyu does that I kind of think is comical, kind of. I mean, it's nice. It's a nice touch with their cubes. The innards, oops, and actually that's kind of funny because I have, they're both the same cube. So what the cube we have here is the Super RS3 V1. And this one is, of course, ball core. Okay. Now, one of the things that they did, and this is actually kind of funny, that you know, my son kind of played with it, but the purple. The purple, this too is a Super RSV. A Super RS3 V1, but this one is a Super RS3 V1 mag-lev ball core, and they actually started doing it where they're color coded. So if you have one of each, you could, you know, have them both apart at the same time, and it won't be an issue. Or will it? Actually, for my son, what he did was he because he has both. He took his ball core and took his ball core pieces, and basically just kind of built it out there. You know, he basically combined the two, so he had a blend of ball core, blend of mag-lev pieces, in his cube, or his cubes, I should say, because he combined the two. Now, one of them, because it was mag-lev, I don't know if he actually stuck which one to which, because I'll come back to and show you what makes ball core in just a moment, once I get these out. Just, you know, there we go, boom, 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 boom. Yep, yeah, and these caps are not staying on. All right, so, and actually I can't put this one in because I need the corner. Ball core, if you look, you'll see that instead of your typical just cross, you know, three-dimensional cross, or tire iron is what I used to look at it as. It always reminded me of an old-fashioned tire iron. But you have your instead of it being like that, right? With some cross support, so you don't smash it up super easily. They've done and put a ball around it. Now that core, inside that ball, at key locations, are magnets. Yes, more magnets. Is there ever enough magnets? I don't know. Anyway, so, but you'll see here, oh, look, a magnet. Go figure. Where it's helpful is, you see, it wants to rotate but it won't stop. It won't just kind of flop around. So and that's because in the corresponding location in here, there's a super strong magnet that's pulling these two to stop. So that it basically helps. It helps give your magnets more stopping power, which is helpful, very, when you're speed cubing. So that being said, the magnets here, there's a magnet in the corner pieces, magnets in the ball, and they're set to line. They're actually positioned so they line up perfectly, and help stop the cube. That being said, that's really it for ball core. It's again got the mag-lev, just like mag-lev. You know the it's got air just like air, or what was it Yogi Bear used to say? It's cash as good as money. Anyway, yeah. So but it actually works out really well. I like ball core because I'm a klutz, and I could use all the stopping power I could get. You know, well, legal stopping power. That's not a hindrance. That was actually also one of the other things that was something that needed to be kept in mind. Is that you know when they design stuff like this, they try to do it so it helps, but it's not a hindrance. The classic Rubik's cube, yeah, no, that's straight up, that's a hindrance. Just because it's a pain to rotate that stuff. So, all right, so yeah, that's basically it. Again, I apologize for all the coughing. Like I said, though, I did just get over the flu, and I'm glad that I'm well recovered. But this is the inner workings of the different types of cubes. Now I get the joy, and I won't make you suffer through it, reassembling them. But yes, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was informative for you. And if you did like it, feel free to click on the like and subscribe. And then go ahead and click on the bell so you get notified when I put my next one out, which hopefully will be sooner than later, or at least back to my normal schedule. Yeah. Thank you very much. Have a good day.